morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at. This is J.R. Fisher, and we have got some great information for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Facebook ads, but before I get started, let me introduce Jessica. You want to say hello, Jessica, to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Glad you're here.
So she's going to be monitoring y'all's questions off to the sides. Matter of fact, let me get that little box open now so I can see it too. Hey, people are starting to say hello from all over the world. We've got Japan, that's cool. South Africa, you're welcome to say hello there. Hey, Carol, I see she just said hello. Linda and Sarasota's out there. Oh my gosh, everybody's starting to fill in. We are full again today, guys. We got Richard there. Richard, where are you from? Let me click on this. You're in San Diego and OB. Cool. I'm in Scripps Ranch. So, wow, we're pretty close. We've got Walter from Greece, Andreas from the Philippines, Marissa from Canada, Johan's there, Wayne from Bakersfield. You're not far away at all, Wayne. Matter of fact, we're going to the Garlic Festival. That's a crazy thing, but we're going to be doing that this year in Gilroy. So that's kind of north of us here, quite a ways. Guys, we got some great information today. Matter of fact, at the end of the session today, I've got a message from Elon Musk. So if you like Elon Musk and you like what he's got to say, you're really going to enjoy the little video I'm going to play for you guys. He's going to tell you a little bit about business and what it takes. I get really frustrated. Let's see. We've got Abrahima from France, Colleen from New Jersey. I'm still reading some of these. David from Utah, Maury from Canada. So we got tons of people here. I really appreciate you guys showing up because, you know, this is that extra effort that it takes to really be successful. And I'm not a big believer in telling everybody that, you know, you can just work a very little amount of time and make tons of money, because you just can't. It doesn't work that way. You've got to really put forth effort. You know, I have people that will buy my courses and try to, you know, record the screen and then refund them. And those people just never make it because, you know, they don't want any risk at all. And the fact of the matter is there's going to be risk. And we're going to be talking about Facebook ads today. And I'm telling you, there is risk involved. But what we do is we kind of hedge the bets. And today I'm going to start very rudimentary. You know, we're going to even pretend you don't even have a Facebook account. And we're going to start there, but I'm going to do a number of sessions over the coming weeks and months. And we're going to get really in depth. We're going to show you patterns and how to do Facebook ads and methods and, you know, things that nobody's really teaching out there and putting it all together. Matter of fact, we are going to put it all into a course at some point, but you guys get the benefit of actually hearing this firsthand, you know, and we'll show you results and, you know, tests that we've done and how we get these results and, you know, the best way to capitalize on them. You know, I've seen people running Facebook ads that were actually successful and they didn't even know they were successful, which is a shame because that happens, you know. But if you don't know how to analyze it, you know, you can really mess yourself up. So with all that being said, feel free to ask any questions. Jessica is going to be answering those off to the side there as I go through all this information today. So let's get started. So this is Facebook Ad Secrets Part 1. And I don't know how many parts we're going to have, but it's going to be in the double digits because, you know, Facebook is not just jumping in and running an ad. It's not that easy. There's a whole lot more to it. There's a whole lot more things you have to do. And if you don't know what you're doing, you just lose money. And I don't want to see you guys do that, okay? Because, you know, the cool thing is, you know, the best way to get rich really is to be able to, you know, put $1 into advertising and get back $2, right? I mean, that's the coolest thing in the world because, you know, you would put all the dollars in that you had if you could do that. So, and you can do that. So we're going to show you how to go about that. Okay, so what do you need to do ads? Okay, let's look at all the parts and then we're going to break down these parts. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need a personal Facebook account. Now, some people believe that, you know, they've got their one account and that's all there is to it. You could have as many personal Facebook accounts as you want. You could start another one and start a whole new page and, you know, just start over clean if you want. I've seen people who will take their Facebook account, and you may not know this, and they'll build it up to, you know, 5,000 friends, which you can have 5,000 friends, and turn it into an actual business page, and all those friends become likes, and they start all over again with another personal Facebook account. Now, most people don't want to do that because they've got all their friends and family on there, but it can be done. So that's something you could do. Hey, David from Utah, see you out there. The next thing you're going to need is to create a Facebook business page. Okay, you got to have a business page, and I'm going to walk you through that today, and you're going to see how to do all that. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need to create a Facebook ad account for that particular page. Okay, these ad accounts, you know, you can have several ad accounts, but you want them associated with your page, and your page should be associated with a niche. Now, I know some of you start off with a mixed store, and that's fine, but as soon as you get a product selling, you want to break it off and have a different page for that. The next thing you're going to need to do is select a product and create an ad. So, you know, if you look at this on the surface, heck, there's only 4 steps. Pretty easy, right? We should be able to knock this out in the next 10 minutes. We would be lucky if we knocked all this out in the next 10 weeks. And once we get into that, you're going to see why. So the first thing we're going to do is create a Facebook personal account. And all you're going to have to do is go to Facebook, enter your information, and you're pretty much good to go. That's a simple thing to do, and I'm going to walk you through that this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever it is, this night, whatever it is. Then you're going to have to put in a profile picture, which is not a problem. You're going to have to set up a cover photo. And technically, you don't have to do either one of those, but I will tell you, if somebody doesn't have a profile picture and they try to friend people, most people just think it's a fake account. So if you don't have a picture on yours, you need to get it on there. And if you don't, you know, have that little back banner on there, you should, you know, cover photo, you should have that too. And the next thing you need to do is just add friends. Real simple, okay? And finding friends is pretty easy. Facebook will actually suggest them to you. You do want to be careful if you're adding them too fast. Facebook's going to look at that and think maybe you're spamming, and they're going to have to, you know, they're going to put up a little captcha thing. And if you keep doing it, you know, for that day or next few days, they could actually cancel your account. So, you know, don't just go in there and think you can get to 5,000 friends in a week, because that's not going to happen. And then the last thing, you want to participate in other people's posts, groups, and pages. You know, a lot of times people say, well, nobody's talking to me, nobody's doing anything. And I'll say, well, are you talking to other people? Are you involved in posts? Are you giving good information about your products, about who you are? Are you, you know, involved in other people's groups? Are you liking other people's pages? You know, you have to participate. You're going to get back pretty much what you put into this. And you've got to put a lot into it. You know, you can't just jump on Facebook and run ads and not have all these other things going on. You got to do it. And the last thing on my list here is to post on your own page on a periodic basis. So if you've got a business page, you got to have some information there every now and then. You know, people will like your page to see what you're doing and to get notified. But if you never put anything there, what's the point? You know, it's just a page, it's a picture. They're like, okay, I saw that. And you'll lose a lot of engagement if you don't participate in that. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a Facebook business page, okay? Pretty simple to do. We create a page and we put a name to that page. Now that should be associated with whatever niche you're in. And once again, I want to remind you guys, I see that we are full, so do not get out. You will miss out on your spot because we have people waiting in the wings to take your spot right now. And you're going to miss out on Elon Musk at the very end too, so you don't want to do that. Then you got to select a category, and I'm going to walk you through this too, actually on screen. But you know, you got to have a category for that page. It's got to match up. It's got to make sense. Then what you're going to do is you're going to upload your profile and your cover pictures, which you also have to do for your page and your personal profile. And then you're going to fill out the about section with contact information. This is really, really critical. A lot of people just do a page and they don't put any information there, and people click on it to find out what you're all about. And you're about nothing. There's nothing there. So you got to have that filled out, okay? Do not invite all your friends to like your page. Now, some of you have done this, and if you know why you shouldn't do this, put it in the comments section right now. I want to see if you guys really understand what your business page is all about. So just type in the comments section why you should not invite all of your friends. And I'm not saying you shouldn't invite some of them, but it is a definite that you should not invite all of your friends to like your page. And I'll give you guys a second to type those in there. Tina's saying you want, what's she saying? I can't see that much. She says you want organic, and Tina, you are so right. You're going to win a gold star. We will email that over to you. But why do you want organic? Why is that, guys? Somebody type in their reason for that, because I think Tina probably knows. Somebody else says, you'll have too many people liking your page. No, that's not the reason. Why wouldn't you want all your friends? Joanne's saying it's not targeted or not what, Jessica?
Qualified.
Qualified. Okay, why though? Why does that matter? Linda says, what are you saying there, Linda?
Only want people interested in that topic.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
You only want people interested.
Only want people interested, relevance. They don't buy. They make clutter. Okay, here's the real deal. You're trying to sell a product, okay? And Facebook looks at all the people that likes your page and kind of makes a profile of them, okay? And if you, somebody said your friends can be brutal. That's true too, Richard. Uh, but if you have a bunch of random people in there and Facebook tries to make an audience of people that look like your page, because we're going to do lookalike audiences down the road here. And if you're doing a lookalike audience of people from your page, and it's a bunch of random friends, and some people like horses, and some people are into car racing, and other people are real estate agents, and none of it makes sense, then your ads are going to fail. So you do not ever, ever, ever want to invite all your friends to like your page. Now, if you are into equestrian and you have friends who like horses, by all means, yeah, you should invite those folks. That makes sense. If you're into race cars and you have some friends who are into NASCAR, yeah, invite those people. Totally makes sense. But your friends generally do not all like the same thing. So you want to be really cautious there. And you'll never be able to make a good lookalike audience if you invite all your friends. So do not do it. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys do understand some of that. You also have to post on a regular basis. I mentioned this before. If you're not posting, people aren't going to show up. And it's got to be useful information too. It can't just be, hey, look at this funny meme or something like that. That's not why people will come to your business page. So if you're posting things just trying to get stuff to go viral and they're unrelated to what you do, you're just wasting your time. You're totally wasting your time. Please do not do that. Okay, so what you have to do is you got to create a Facebook ad account for your page. And I do want to walk you through all of that. So you're going to create your ad account. And you're going to create a pixel, and we're going to talk about what a pixel is too. And you're going to create your ads. And I'm going to just walk you through here. I'm on a screen here, and I want to walk you through all these steps real quick. Okay, I'm at Facebook right now, and I'm going to pretend like you don't even have an account. So I'm going to just show you how to set up a Facebook account. Really simple, easy to do. We'll do that John Smith thing, right? Everybody remembers that name. At least they do in the US. And we have to put in our mobile number or email, so I'm going to put that in there. And then they're going to ask you to re-enter it, so you're going to need to do that. And we're going to put a password in there. Then you're going to have to put your birthday in there. And this is how they identify you. So you want to make sure you put accurate information in here. Or I guess if you want to put inaccurate, make sure you remember what it is, because they will ask you this. And then you just hit create account and you will have an account. It's that simple. Now, it says here to continue using Facebook, you're going to need to confirm your email. Now, if you had put a phone number in there, it would probably send you a text, but instead they sent me an email. So let me confirm that. And the way you can do it here is you can actually just click connect to Gmail, and it will log into your Gmail account. And it's going to ask you if that's the correct one. We're going to select yes. And it is now connected. So we've now got a Facebook account. It's that simple. Okay, so if you've got friends on Facebook, you may want to click here now and select some of those people. I'm going to skip that step, and I'm just going to go to next. I'm going to skip it. Now, the next thing you need to do is upload a picture, okay? So if you don't have any pictures in here, you're going to need to click right here where it says add picture, and then find the location that your picture is at. And you want to get a really good looking picture of you, because a lot of people are going to see this. So I've selected a really nice looking picture. You can see there, and it's going to keep asking you for people that you know. You can take their privacy tour, which is not a bad idea. And it's going to ask you once again if you want to search for friends. So then you can actually click right here and you can see your page and see what it looks like. Now, you're going to want to skip this here for cover. Actually, let's go ahead and put in a cover photo. I'm going to click OK. And if you don't have one, you can always select from their artwork. So I'll just pick this nice little scene right here. And you can drag to position it any way you want, depending on how you want it. Then I'm going to click Save Changes. I've got that beautiful background and that beautiful picture of me right there. Okay, that's not me, by the way. Don't think that, right? It's just a picture. You can also edit your profile picture by clicking right here. Look at your activity log. Now, this is the only activity I have is this nice pretty picture here. And so yeah, that's how you set up your page. Okay, so the purpose of this is for us to run ads. So the first thing we're going to need to do is to have a page to run the ads from. So I'm going to click this little arrow down here, and I'm going to click on Create Page. And then what you're going to be asked here is a local business or place, a company or organization, or excuse me, or institution, brand or product, artist, band, public figure, entertainment, cause, or community. So I'm going to pick here a company or organization or institution. And then it's going to ask you to select a category. It's going to give you all these different categories right here. So let's find one that'll work. I'm going to say internet company, because most of you do have an internet company. And then we're going to put the name of the company. We're going to call it Internet Company, right? Okay. And then we're going to click on Get Started. Okay, and the next thing we can do is we can actually get more page likes, they say, if we have a cover photo. So let's upload that really good looking picture I've got in there real quick. There we go. So now what we should have is we should have a profile picture and a cover picture in here, which we do. We have both of those in here now. If you want to have a little bit more information for people to choose from, we can select some of these things here, like join your community, download your app, shop with you or make a donation, contact you or book with you. So you can add a page button if you select one of these here. So let's pick one of these. And then it's going to have a little drop down and say contact us. So we could put that in there. Then we click next. And then you're going to have to put in a website link right here. So we're just going to put in, how about Google.com? And we will save that. So when they click on this button, instead of really contacting us, it's going to go to Google, but you would put in whatever contact you wanted to have in there. Then you're going to want to add a short description right here that tells something about your company. And I can put in here. Now you want to make this a lot more descriptive so that people will want to contact you or get more information or shop with your company. Okay, now off to the left here, you're going to notice this little arrow down that says See More. You want to fill out this about here. This is going to be your photos. If you're going to upload videos, it's going to be here. Your community's here. If you're going to have groups, they're going to be here. But right now, we're just going to worry about this about button. When your company started, your mission statement, your phone number, you're going to want to put that in here, your email, your website, and you can edit other accounts here. And if you look under about here, you've got awards, products, if you want to put products in here, a menu if you're a restaurant or something like that. And so, yeah. Okay, so they've also got a section over here that says Our Story. So you could add a file, videos, pictures, whatever that you want to put right in here if you want to do that. If you need to get into your settings, you're going to find that right here at the top, okay? So you click on your settings here, and this is where you're going to go through every section, right? So your messaging, how do you want that handled? When you click on messaging here, it'll have your general settings, your response attendant, all kinds of good stuff in here, and you can look through each one of those. If you want to edit your page, you would click here, and you have all your edits you can do in here, everything from post reviews, videos, photos, about, community. Post attributions. So this is how you're going to post. Are you going to post as the internet company, or are you going to post as your personal page, John Smith? Probably your internet company. Right here is your notification. So when things happen with your business so that Facebook can notify you, you can turn these things on. Page mentions, reviews, comments, all these different things. Messages, get a notification when your page receives a message. Do you want that on or off? Emails, text. Okay, they also have a section here under Pages Assistant, and this is a new thing, and you can turn it on. And when you do, it's going to give you some other choices down here. When would you like Page Assistant to help you? And then you can put in here, if you click on this, afternoon, midday, morning, evening, how often would you like help from Page Assistant? And it'll just give you good tips and pointers as to what to do. It says here, Page Assistant is a bot that helps with managing and improving your page. So it's an automated type thing. Then your messenger platform is right here. You have your general settings right here, which are also right below here. And then you have your advanced messaging features, customer chat plugin, and your discover settings. Right here you have your videos. You can create a live creative kit for your page right here. Then you have page roles. Now page roles is like if you have any other people helping you with a page, what you can do is you can add their email here, and then you can decide, are they going to be an editor, an admin? Of course, admin can do everything. Editor can edit. Maybe you want a moderator. Maybe you just have somebody who's going to be running ads for you, so they would be put in as an advertiser. You can also have an analyst or a live contributor, so you can add people to that. You can scroll down here and see who the existing roles are right now. John Smith, which is me. I'm an admin, so I'm the existing one. Okay, so from your page, you want to go to business.facebook.com. So we'll just type that in. While you're logged in, you got to be logged in. And then we're going to go over here and click Create Account, set up your business account. And the name is Internet Company. And my name's already in here, and you want to put that email that you created the account with, which we're going to grab that. So I put that email in there. And now I'm logged in, and I'm at my business manager. And as you can see, it says right here, Internet Company. Well, spelled that wrong, but we're at the right place. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add that page that we made. Click right here to add page. And we're going to put in which one that is, which is this one right here we made earlier. We're going to click Add Page. So we're going to click Add Account. We're going to go right here to Create Ad Account. And that ad account, we can call it Business One. It's an internet company, right? And that's the company, it's on behalf of that particular page. So we click Create Ad Account. So right here, this is going to show your ad account number while it's creating it. Now, what we've noticed is sometimes when you add other people to this account, it gets stuck here. So I'm just going to skip this particular part. And it does show that it's been added. And I close out this window. Okay, so the next step after we've set up this account is we need to get our pixels set up. So you're going to click on these three lines right here. And we're going to go right on over under Measure and Report. We're going to click on Pixels. And a pixel basically is something that you're going to put on your page so that when people land on that page, it actually marks them, okay? And as long as they're logged into Facebook and they've visited your page, they're going to have that pixel on them. And we can use that for tracking later on. We can use that for targeting. So right down here, you're going to have a big green button. If you've never created a pixel, you're going to click that button right there. And we're going to leave the pixel name at Internet Company. Of course, we misspelled company. So maybe we'll fix that. There we go. And then it says here you can create up to 10 pixels with your business account. We're just going to create this one. And the different pixels would be for different niches that you're in. So we're going to assume we're just in one niche right now. It's now creating that Facebook pixel for us. So we've got one done. Now, if we were going to go right to, setting the pixel on our page and all that, we would click on one of these and it would be manually installed, but we'll come back to that and we'll actually set up a post first. And if you want your instructions, you click right here and it'll give you all your instructions, which we just saw. So we're going to go back here now. Now, what I like to do is do all of my ads through a page post. So we're going to create a post and then we're going to use that post in an ad. Now, what this will do, the way we're doing it, is going to be called a dark post. So it won't really show up on our page, but it'll be a post that we can use in our ad. So we're going to click on Page Post here, and we're going to create a post. Make sure, you may have a couple different companies. Make sure you got the right one here. We are an internet company, so we do have the right one. Sometimes it'll show other ones in here if you have other ones done. And we're going to create a post right here. And you have a choice when doing this. You can do a link. And all the link is, you're going to put the URL here, you're going to put the post text, and you're going to put if you're going to put a button or not. The next choice is carousel, which is a group of pictures. The next one is a photo, so you're going to put a photo here and your text. And the next one is a video. You're going to select a video, and you can do that by uploading right here, or if you already have one in your library, you can do it there. So we're going to go ahead and do a photo one. We'll do a simple one to start with. And we'll get in more detail on some of these a little later on. We'll upload an image, and we drag and drop our image here. And we're going to use that same beautiful picture we've got here. So we'll put that one in. And then we're going to confirm that picture. And then we're going to write in here something. So this is my ad. And we'll get in more detail as to what you're going to write here and descriptions and all that stuff. But for right now, we're just going to put that in there just to show you how to do it. And then we're going to create a post. Now, once this post is created, it's going to create this post ID. So we want to grab this post ID now. And we just copy that. And you'll see why in just a second. We're going to copy that post ID. Then we can go back and we can actually create an ad. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go into our ads manager. And it gives you some information in here. You can click through and look at all that great information they have for you. And the first time you do this, it's going to give you all those little helper things. So let's go ahead and X out of that. Now, ads are divided into your account overview right here. So this is going to have everything you got going on. And then the next part, let me X these out here. You can certainly read these. The next part is your campaign. Now, your campaign is going to be what you're trying to do. So in this case here, let's assume we're trying to sell some survival food, okay? That would be your campaign. Your ad sets fall below your campaign, and your ad sets are where you select your audiences from, okay? So you can only have your ad sets change audiences. Nothing else can change your audience. And then your last tab here is your ads. Those are the actual ads you're going to run. Okay, so we've got that set up for our ads, and we understand what all these tabs are and so forth. In the next training, we will get into actually posting ads in there and how to set your pixels and how to set your conversion codes and all that. Okay, guys, I want to show you the message from Elon Musk. You know, sometimes I feel guilty because I work 7 days a week. Now, I don't work, you know, early morning, late night, 7 days a week, never breathe, never do anything. I'm not going to say that. But generally, every day I'm working, doing something. And what is kind of misleading is a lot of people are led to, you know, online marketing or, you know, e-commerce sales or whatever you're talking about doing by the lure of money, which it's there. I mean, there's a lot of friggin' money. I mean, I know people who make millions and millions and millions of dollars. We've done millions online. But I don't want you to get into it for that reason, because, you know, that's a cool, you know, draw, but you got to put forth work. And, you know, I've got this video I want to show you of Elon Musk because he talks about what it takes to be successful just generally in business. And I think it was so applicable to online sales that I wanted to share it with you. So give me 1 second. I'm going to do your questions and answers. I can see people are raising their hands. They have a lot of questions, but I want to play this video for you real quick. So bear with me so I can get it pulled up. And let's see here. I want to get it upsized. And here we go.
If you want to do something really innovative, you have to apply a sort of first principles analysis. Don't reason by analogy. Analogies are referencing the past. First principles means you look at the most fundamental truths in a particular arena, and the things that really are almost indisputably correct, and you reason up from there to a conclusion. And if you see that conclusion is at odds with what people generally believe, then you have an opportunity. Now, you can't operate like that on all things because it takes too much mental horsepower. So most of your life you have to operate by reasoning by analogy. But if you really want to innovate, you must reason from first principles to identify the problem. Well, I think it's important to have a very to apply critical thinking to. This may sound trite, but to apply critical thinking to what one is doing, and by that I mean just the fundamentals of logic. You know, of do you have the right axioms? Are they relevant, and are you making the right conclusions based on those axioms? That's the essence of critical thinking, and yet it is amazing how often people fail to do that. I think wishful thinking is innate in the human brain. You want things to be the way you wish them to be, and so you tend to filter information that you shouldn't filter. That's the most common flaw that I see. Really liking what you do, whatever area that you get into. Given that, you know, even if you're the best, there's always a chance of failure. So I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short. You know, I'd say and also if you like what you're doing, you think about it even when you're not working. I mean, it'll just it's something that your mind is drawn to, and if you don't like it, you just really can't make it work, I think. The biggest mistake in general that I've made, and I'm trying to correct for that, is to put too much of a weighting on somebody's talent and not enough on their personality. And I've made that mistake several times. In fact, then I'd say, oh, gee, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Then I would make it again. And I think it actually matters whether somebody has a good heart. It really does. And I've made the mistake of thinking that sometimes it's just about the brain. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, life, you know, your job is going to be quite miserable. And in fact, we have a strict no assholes policy at SpaceX, and we fire people if they're. I mean, we give them a little bit of warning, but if they continue to be an asshole, then they're fired. I think also people tend to overweight risk on a personal level. It's one thing if you've got, you know, a mortgage to pay, it's support and things that if you would have deviated from the job, that's, you know, how you keep your family. Okay, that's understandable. But let's say you're young and you're just coming out of college or in high school or whatever. What do you risk? You know, you're not going to start. So I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it. Depending on how well you want to do, particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA. And we're so hard up, we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night. 7 days a week, all the time. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she'd have to sleep in the office. So work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, you know, 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. And then
a lot of work.
All those things improve the odds of success.
Okay.
I mean, if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that in 1 year you will achieve what they achieve. You will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. But in general, I do think it's worth thinking about like whether what you're doing is going to result in disruptive change or not. If it's just incremental, it's unlikely to be something major. It's got to be something that's substantially better than what's gone on before. If you're entering anything where there's an existing marketplace against large entrenched competitors, then your product or service needs to be much better than theirs. It can't be a little bit better, because then you put yourself in the shoes of the consumer and they say, why would you buy it as a consumer? You're always going to buy the trusted brand unless there's a big difference. So a lot of times, you know, an entrepreneur will come up with something which is only slightly better. And it can't just be slightly better. It's very important to seek out, to actively seek out and listen very carefully to negative feedback. And this is something that people tend to avoid because it's painful.
Yeah.
But I think this is a very common mistake. A well thought out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold. And you should seek that from everyone you can, but particularly your friends. Usually your friends know what's wrong, but they don't want to tell you because they don't want to hurt you. So so they'll say, oh, I would encourage my friends, so I'm not going to tell him what I think is wrong with this product. It doesn't mean your friends are right, but very often they are right. And you at least want to listen very carefully to what they say. And to everyone, you're looking for, basically, you should take the approach that you're wrong. That you, the entrepreneur, are wrong. Your goal is to be less wrong, to have a high pain threshold. That's it. There's a friend of mine who's got a good saying, which is that starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. Okay, that's generally what happens, because when you first start a company, there's lots of optimism and things are great, and then so happiness at first is high. Then you encounter all sorts of issues, and happiness will steadily decline, and then you'll go through a whole world of hurt. And then eventually, if you succeed, and in most cases you will not succeed, and Tesla almost didn't succeed, came very close. I think it's very difficult to start companies and quite painful. I think that's important to bear in mind. I don't know if that's probably not encouraging. Think of it this way: if you need inspiring words, don't do it.
You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
No.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or really incapacitated.
It turned out that the third failure was caused by a 2-second glitch in the timing. 8 weeks later, Musk bet the company on another flight.
We have liftoff.
This time around, everything worked.
Perfect.
If that fourth launch hadn't worked, that would have been it. We would have not had the resources to mount a fifth.
You couldn't have gone on at that point.
Yes, death would have been, I think, inevitable because we did not have the resources to mount a fifth launch.
This is a tricky business.
Tricky. Yeah, yeah. I wish it wasn't so hard.
Okay, guys, I wanted to kind of get your opinion. What do you think of what Elon had to say? Because, like, I know a lot of us want to get into this and just make just barrels of money and not have to do anything at all. But do you think that's realistic? I mean, the barrels of money is there. That part's realistic. That's not a problem. But do you think people are saying no? No. Okay. And you guys are a very, very important group because I literally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in that group, and thousands and thousands of people have seen my videos. But a very special group says, I'm going to carve out part of Friday or Saturday or Thursday, depending on what part of the world you're in right now, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to listen and I'm going to learn. Joe is saying, yeah, he is so right. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but if you go into it knowing it's tough, then you can be prepared and you can do really well. If you go into it thinking everything's going to be rosy and it gets tough one day, you're like, whoa, wait, this is tough. I didn't know that. I better quit. So I don't want you to have that attitude. So every now and then, people say, well, motivation's just motivation, but every now and then you need to be motivated, right? We got to look at stuff and go, wait a second, other people are having problems too. Other people have issues too. Sometimes I'll have somebody tell me, well, you don't understand, I've got personal problems. I'm like, really? You're a human? Are you kidding me? You've got personal problems? So, I mean, it's really important for you to know this stuff, okay? It boils down to how hard you're going to work, what you're going to put into it, And are there millions of dollars on the other side of the mountain? Yeah, yeah. But a lot of people just don't want to climb the mountain. They just don't want to do it. You know, a couple of people saying expect the worst. Yeah, I mean, I'm really optimistic every single day. We got somebody else in there says I've been doing this for 32 years. Okay, so they're in the group right now. Somebody's been there 32 years. And here's what's impressive. 32 years and they're trying to learn more. And you know what? You kind of have to do that if you're an online business, right? Because if you don't, it changes. You know, I'm in this 7 days a week, all day long, and I'm always stumbling on a new piece of software, a new piece of automation, a new piece of whatever. And you know, I have coaching clients that, you know, pay me to stay on top of that because, you know, they pay me a lot of money so that they can get on the phone and say, okay, what do I need to do and what's the easiest way to do it? And if I'm not on top of it every single day, you know, and if I'm not learning it every single day, then, you know, I'm not worth the money, right? And you guys, you know, depend on me to give you the latest things. Now, this session today is the beginning of the Facebook ads thing. So if you're considering doing Facebook ads, you're going to want to listen to the next ongoing weeks. I can't tell you how many weeks I'm going to be doing this, but I can tell you it's going to show you how to spend your money. It's going to show you how to design ads that work. It's going to show you how to get clicks. It's going to give you all the terms and all that. And yeah, it's going to get more and more and more difficult, but you're going to get it and you're going to get good at it. And you're going to learn to make a lot of money if you stick in there. I do want to warn you guys that these sessions are all going to be full. So if you're serious about this, I would, you know, I try to send out an email usually on Sunday or Monday. And everybody wants to know Facebook stuff. And I got to tell you, the courses on what I'm going to teach you sell for in the thousands of dollars. Okay. I know a guy that was in a group of mine, and he runs a Facebook advertising group, and they just run ads for people. And the deal is you give them $10,000 up front a month, and then you have to spend $100,000 a month, and they want 10% of whatever your spend is. So that's the kind of money that is being tossed around, and you got to stop and look at yourself and say, hey, if people are spending that kind of money, maybe there's something to it. You know, if Zuckerberg's a billionaire at 33, maybe there's something to Facebook. Because I will consistently have people say, well, I tried Facebook ads and they don't work. And I'm like, wow, you're so wrong. You're so incredibly wrong. I didn't even know where to start to tell you how wrong you are. But, you know, have you lost your mind? You know, there's 2 billion people on Facebook. You don't think that people are making money? So you can make money. But what happens with new people is they just don't know what to do. People are saying in the comments here, positive mindset and persistency are very important components of successful ingredients. They are not important. They are necessary. Okay. If you can't have that mindset, you know, you're going to have a hard time. You're just not going to make it. Colleen's asking if we can rewatch this. Yeah, I'll put this video up in the members area. It'll probably be there in a day or so. And you can always go into the videos on the left-hand side and then click on albums and just search the coaching calls. And what I also try to do is I post it in the group too. So there'll be a link in the group there. So what other questions? Let's see what other questions. I know it's a big unknown at this time, but wondering the impact on Facebook from congressional hearings, especially on the availability and access of personal data. Well, whatever the impact is, it will be the same for everybody. So it's going to be a level playing field. So it's not going to impact one person more than another. And, you know, this goes along with politics too. I always like to laugh at politics because people will vote for their candidate, whoever the candidate is. And they don't realize that whatever candidate gets in there is going to make rules and it's going to affect everybody in the United States the same, or in Russia or in England or wherever. So you got to quit worrying about those things you can't control, because you cannot control anything, you know, outside of between your ears. You just can't. You know, all you can do is put forth your efforts. Somebody's saying, thank you. Today's webinar is awesome. And I'm excited to see all the next videos. Cool. Very cool to see that. Let's see here. I'm reading through some of the comments. Tell about it. I have failed more times and lost a lot of money, but no way will I stop. I will make it. I will always do it. It just takes a while. You're totally right, Richard. Very true. And, you know, I got to tell you, when I started, I started from a point of not having any technical knowledge, you know, and being 50 years old. And I was like, I'm too old. I don't know. But I was like, damn it, other people are making money. You know, and I looked at them, and I'm physically, I mean, I would go online and look at them and go, they don't look smart. They just don't look that smart. I think I look smarter than them, you know, and the truth was they just knew something I didn't know. And when I put forth the effort you know, and I did well, you know. I was like, I felt so good about myself. I was like, well, I've learned something. I've done something. Let's see. I've noticed that you liked a clickfunnels.com post. Would it be possible to integrate that with what I'm doing here? Not quite sure what you're asking me, Ferris, there. I'm trying to figure that one out. And I'm in a lot of groups. I do a lot of posting, and you know, I do a lot of crazy stuff. You know, I'll go into groups and just post videos teaching people how to do stuff. And I'll do that hundreds of times, you know, but by doing that, you know, people start to follow me. They go, well, gee, he must know something. And, you know, people buy my courses and people buy my products and people hire me to help them. And, you know, here's what I would tell everybody out there is that you've got to give before you take, and you've heard it your whole life. But if you give good results to people for free, they think, well, gee, if I pay him, I can't imagine what I'm going to get. You know, if he's giving away good stuff for free. And if you're not giving away good stuff, and if you're not selling good stuff, then you need to stop and do that, right? Because if you're doing that, then it's going to work out. Somebody says, let's see here, David, that was a great first live coaching call for me. Good to have you here, David. Thank you. That was really awesome. Okay, so I got a question for you guys. I'm getting ready to get out of here now. Where am I going today? Does anybody know where I'm going? It's a Friday. The call's ending. There's going to be pictures about it later. And some of you guys are following me on that. Patrick says lunch, but it's not just lunch. Okay, a bunch of people are saying lunch. They all get it now, right? Andrea's saying that. Dan, hey Dan, I didn't see you in there. Mr. Englehart, one of my coaching clients, great guy. Lunch with the wife, yes. McDonald's, heck no. Karen, I'm not going to McDonald's. Come on, come on. We're going to do something. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a hint. It's a franchise, and if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you'll see the post later on today. But I tell you what, it's a good franchise, and we don't normally do franchises, but man, this place is really super good. So I'm going to go there, and you're going to find out. ClickFunnels automatically does all what you've been teaching us in the last few weeks: upsells, downsells, edge bumps. Yeah, ClickFunnels is very cool. As a matter of fact, if you guys want ClickFunnels, Jessica's going to post our affiliate link in the comments section, and you can get it for 2 weeks for free if you want to use ClickFunnels. And there's another software that's coming out, guys, and I'm testing it right now. But what it does is it takes the place of your email provider, like whether you have Infusionsoft or Aweber or, you know, any of those, and it takes the place of ClickFunnels, and it takes the place of landing pages, and it monitors your videos, and you can host your videos there. It's a really cool thing. But I want to use it a little bit. We're moving over thousands and thousands of people. We're moving over hundreds and hundreds of pages, and I want to test it out. But once I'm done with it, I want to tell you guys about it because it could save you a lot of money. And it does all the up and down sells. It will send people into different sequences based on where they click. It knows how far they've watched a video. It's really cool stuff. But like I say, it's brand new. It's just been announced this month to a small group of people. We jumped on the bandwagon really early, so I do want to tell you guys about that. All right, do we have any more comments in there? Let me see. Ferris is perfect. How do we set up the shipment provenance in the product page in Shopify? Send us a ticket if you're a member, and we'll get you an answer on that one there. That's a little bit long-winded on that one. I can't really do that. You should put out a dining guide. You probably should, Joe. That'd be a great idea, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, I have ClickFunnels and it's so expensive. Would love to find something else. It's a little pricey, but if you're making money, it doesn't matter. You know, that's the whole cool thing. Tell us more. I've got at least 8 subscriptions with word click in the title. Yes, you're right. And this will take the place of so many different pieces of software. Matter of fact, I'm going to a meeting this month, and we're going to get more information on it. And I should have something for you at the end of the month so you can take a look at it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody sticking in there. I don't think one person left, which is pretty amazing since we're full. And Jessica, you want to have any parting words? Did you post that link in there?
I did.
Okay, so she posted a link. If you want to get, you know, ClickFunnels right now, you can certainly do that, and you get it, I think, free for 14 days to check it out. You want to tell them goodbye?
Yeah, I actually did have something.
Oh, she's got something to say, so I'm going to sit back. I can take a breath.
I did have something I wanted to say because we do get a lot of people asking about it, and JR touched on it because Dan brought it up with the congressional hearing with Mark Zuckerberg. And I think, and a lot of other people also think, the biggest takeaway from everything this week is that our Senate and our Congress have absolutely no idea how Facebook works, have absolutely no idea how advertising on Facebook works, and they don't even know the questions to ask him. And so I think our biggest takeaway is not really to be so concerned with all of this because they don't even understand it. They think that there's a problem when there really isn't a problem, and so don't spend all your time focusing on, well, what's going to happen and how is this going to affect us and how are things going to change. It's a great platform. Your personal data is not available individually to anyone on Facebook unless you put it out there and say, hey, this is me and this is who I am. And just don't be so concerned about it. Just keep going, keep running your ads and honing in on your targeting, and don't worry so much about it. So that's kind of my takeaway on it.
Yeah, I love watching those questions because Zuckerberg is such a smart dude, right? And there's these old men senators and old women, and they're asking him questions that make no sense, and you would see his head kind of cocked sideways like, oh, you totally don't understand how Facebook works, do you? It was the funniest thing in the world. I mean, I have a friend in Florida who's a platinum guy at ClickFunnels and made millions of dollars, and he starts texting me. He's like, these idiots, they don't even know what questions to ask, and they don't know how it works. You know, they don't understand that, you know, we're targeting groups, we're not targeting individuals. You know, we're targeting interests and stuff like that, and they think that, you know, companies are just downloading people's information. It's just nothing could be further from the truth. Matter of fact, one senator, and I'm going to get out of here, but I thought this was the stupidest thing a senator's ever said, and I don't remember if he's a Democrat or Republican, but he's got a bill, and he looked like an old white dude. He's got a bill, and the bill is that Facebook should, or law, excuse me, that Facebook should require any kid under the age of 16 to get permission from their parents before they can see ads on Facebook. Now that had to have been the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life, because how are you going to get the permission? And should they get permission on billboards now? And should they get permission for TVs and magazines? And it's just, I just looked at it and thought, really, this guy really thinks that would work. Somebody wrote a comment in here. I want to read this real quick. I know I'm running way over, but you guys are so interesting. So if I have an alternative business and I don't want my clients to see that I have a Facebook internet business, can I keep my personal information separate for my internet business so that my current clients don't see that I also work on the internet? Yeah. Matter of fact, today when I was doing that sample, if you notice, I created a whole new personal Facebook page, and I created a business page, and I created the ads from that. So yeah, all you gotta do is create a whole new account on Facebook and nobody will know. And I know some of you guys, huh? Well, I've got some input here, another way of doing that.
You actually do not need to create another personal profile on Facebook. That's not necessary. In fact, Facebook does not want you to do that. You can create pages. People that you are friends with or on your personal profile don't even know what pages you own or moderate.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Unless you specifically put that in your about section on your personal profile. So if you don't put that on your personal profile, you can own a page. Well, I say own. You can have a page on Facebook, and none of your friends are going to know it unless you tell them.
That's the other way to go about it. Yeah, you could start a page and just have it anonymous. But if you wanted to have a person associated with it, you would have to start another different profile. So there's two ways you go about it. Let's see. Thank you. This is what I heard. We'll check it out. Thank you. I can't wait. See if JR becomes an affiliate and buy from him. Well, I don't know if I will or not, but you know, the fact is that, yeah, that software is really cool. All right, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to head to the restaurant. If you're not my friend on Facebook, feel free to friend me and I will add you, and you'll see the post and what we're doing. And if you're interested in eating out, which we are, we'd love to do it. It's just, you know, hey, it's a hobby. We like to eat at different weird restaurants. I will see you later on. So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later.